In this video, we're going to talk about factoring. Factoring, by the way, is the most important skill in algebra by far. It's more important than all your other algebraic skills combined. Let's look at this problem. Let's say we have x squared plus 8x plus 12. Now, in order to factor, I'm going to basically guess two factors, and hopefully they'll multiply out to this. So I'm going to start off by drawing these parentheses here, empty parentheses. And here's a little trick for you guys. I'm going to focus on the first term and the last term. I'm going to make sure that I get the first term and the last term right. I'm not going to worry about this middle term quite so much. So to get x squared, I'm going to put an x and an x. And then to get a 12, I don't know. There's a lot of ways to get 12. Maybe I'll try, say, 3 times 4 is 12, right? So let's try this out. I get x squared. I multiply this by this. Then I get 4x. Then I multiplied there, plus 3x. And then I multiplied there, plus 12. And the final result here, remember I add up these like terms, I get x squared plus 7x plus 12. Oh, we're so close. We were hoping to get an 8x in the middle. We got a 7x in the middle. But that's the bad news. The good news is we have the x squared that we wanted, and we have the 12 that we wanted. All right, that didn't work so well. I mean, that worked okay, but it wasn't perfect. So let's try something else. Let's get rid of all this. And this time, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Instead of x 3 and 4, maybe I'll try something else that gets to 12. 12 times 1 equals 12, so why don't I try that? I'm going to do x plus 12 times x plus 1. And let's see if that works. X times x, that's x squared. X times 1, that's x. Plus 12 times x, which is 12x. Plus 12 times 1, which is 12. All right, so I get x squared plus 13x plus 12. We got that first term right, we got the last term right, but you know what? That middle term still isn't right. That's okay. We've already tried two things. We'll just try a third thing. Remember, we want to get it to be 8x, but we instead got it to be 13x. All right, that's not too bad. Let's try something else. All right, so we tried 6 times 2. We tried 12 times 1. Let's try, we tried 3 times 4. We tried 12 times 1. Let's try 6 times 2. So I have x plus 6 times x plus 2. I took another guess. Remember, with factoring, especially at the beginning, and honestly, even as you get more advanced, you're going to have a little guess and check, which means you're going to try something out. It might not work. Your first guess might not be right. There's a good chance that your first guess won't be right. There's a good chance your second guess won't be right. There's a good chance your third guess won't be right. Sometimes it's going to take a lot of guesses. That's okay. That's part of this. Factoring is about trying different things out. Notice we're going to make sure we get that first term right. We're going to make sure we get that last term right. So I get x squared. Then I do 6 times x. X times 2, which is plus 2x. Plus now I do 6 times x, which is 6x. Plus 6 times 2, which is 12. Combined like terms, I get x squared plus 8x plus 12. And that's what we wanted. We got what we wanted. And so the correct factored form is x plus 6 times x plus 2. Now, the really important thing here is this. I didn't give up after I got it wrong the first time or the second time. I just kept on guessing. As long as I was getting the first term and getting the last term, I know I'm basically fine. There's only so many guesses you could possibly need to make for a lot of these. Factoring is by far your most important algebra skill. It is more important than all these other minor things combined. So if you want to dominate algebra, dominate the SAT, dominate calculus, you need to make sure that your factoring skills are absolutely excellent. Now, if you're in Bohr method class right now, go back to class and see if you can factor whatever problem you're about to work on.